Hi, I'm Dr. David Dobson. Welcome to Conversations. Today, my guest is Rania Aoun. She is a PhD candidate in communication semiotics from University of Quebec in Montreal. Today, we will discuss her PhD research, which explores digital discourse and design in relation to gender identity. It's a pleasure to have you on my show, Rania.
Hi, Dr. David. I'm so happy to discuss with you today about my research PhD and my research projects. And to share my research experience and my research works. Thank you.
Rania, your PhD is in communication semiotics. What is semiotics?
Oh, thank you for this question. It's a big question. When we talk about semiotics, there are two main semiotic theories. The first one is the social theory, saussure, okay? And we talk about the binary sign. And when we talk about the binary sign, we talk about structuralism. And the model of the sign is when the sign is formed by signified and signifier. So the second theory is Peirce's theory, and we talk about the trichotomy of the sign, and we talk about the sign as an icon, the sign as an index, and the sign as a symbol. So the Peirce theories is a post-structuralism theory, and this theory, in contradiction of the social theory, which the approach is more structuralist, and the model is the linguistic sign. The Peirce's theory, it, it allows to people to study every kind of sign, okay? Not only the linguistic sign, and you can study the visual sign, the fashion sign, the advertising sign, etc. So this theory uh, it allows the pragmatic approach, and the pragmatic approach is to consider the context of the sign and the context of people who will interpret the sign.
Mm.
Uh, so all kind of communications use signs and symbolic elements.
Mm.
I can give as an example like verbal signs, visual signs, expression signs, mimic signs, and all communication meditates culture, and culture carry of symbols. So if uh, if we if we give some example of semiotic communication, we can find like advertising, media, artwork like painting, drawing. We can talk about fashion to video games and digital platforms. So many other examples can be used in communication, in semiotic communication.
Rania, what drove your interest to this topic?
So why am interesting in on semiotics of communication? Because I think that we should be a good semiotician before to be a good communicator. So to create a successful communications and a good message, we need to understand the rhetoric rules and the meaning of a few elements which will be used in our discourse. so as text, visual clothes, etc. And semiotics enables communicator to organize or to do a way organization of their discourse and to well performing it. So semiotics is very important for communicator and for communication. And for this purpose, I choose to study the semiotics communication.
For your PhD research, you explored digital discourse and design in relation to gender identity. Tell us about your PhD research.
Um, so I think I need more than one podcast when I will talk about my PhD
For
research.
sure, for sure.
So if I try to summarize my PhD research, and I can say that I'm interested on Facebook as a technological brand, which
Mm,
has its own discourse
mm,
and a particular kind of discourse.
mm,
Okay, not
mm,
like other topics studied by the semiotics
mm,
theories.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
In other words, in my PhD research, I'm interested on the content produced by Facebook and now the content produced by users
mm,
on Facebook.
mm.
This is the difference between
Yeah.
the other studies of Facebook.
Oh.
In this context, I studied the persuasive design. It's a digital or a kind of digital design of the platform used as a digital discourse.
Mm,
Okay.
mm,
And it's a particular kind of discourse allowed to the new technologies, okay?
yeah.
Like web in general, but the digital platform and social media,
Mm,
okay?
mm,
So, and when I started the persuasive design of the platform used as a digital discourse by Facebook,
mm,
I'm interested on how Facebook to perform the gender identity
mm,
by this digital discourse and how Facebook will use all data about the gender identity to do ad targeting.
mm,
Okay.
mhm,
So I used an interdisciplinary
mm,
theories
mhm.
like gender theories
Yeah.
from Simone de
Mm,
Beauvoir
yeah.
until Butler,
Mm,
communication
mm,
and persuasive design, and
mm,
the concept of nudges.
mm,
The theory about discourse, so discourse semiotics theory. And as a methodology, I used the semiotics model to analyze the digital discourse of Facebook and understand how, as a brand, does a targeting based
mm,
uh, on the gender identity data.
mm, mm. Uh, can you share why you selected Facebook as a brand for your research?
So, whether we like or dislike Facebook, we agree or disagree about what Facebook do. Facebook is a revolutionary project.
Mm,
We can agree
mm,
with this phenomena
mhm,
aspect of Facebook.
mm,
And Facebook, it marks the new area of the web revolution from the web 1.0 to web 2.0.
mm,
So Facebook is a phenomenon. And when I started working about Facebook
mm.
and understanding this phenomena, TikTok, Snapchat didn't
Yeah,
exist.
that's
So
true.
Facebook seemed
Yeah.
for me the very intriguing like topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when I began my PhD in Quebec,
Mm.
researchers were more interesting on Twitter than Facebook.
Mm.
And when some researchers
Mm.
are interesting on Facebook, they studied it as a social digital network,
Mm.
and they were focusing on the uses of this platform
Mm.
and this social media.
Mm.
However, I'm interested on the algorithmic advertising system of Facebook and its digital design in relationship with gender identity.
Mm. Rania, you looked into the influence of big data on advertising algorithms. What did you learn?
Really, it was um, a big discovery for me. It's another word, it's another system. I did my bachelor in advertising design.
Mm.
I did my master in science and technologies of design, and the advertising system is totally changed
Mm.
by the technological
Yeah.
companies and technological brand. And according to Lewis, who said, when the service is free, we are the product. It's, it's the it's the more important sentence in my PhD research.
It's so true.
And Facebook is free because it needs that people spend a lot and all their time on the platform. And the data collected about the people is used to do targeting according to their identity,
Mm.
their activities,
Mm.
their likes, their interest, and advertiser will pay Facebook to include their brands, products, and
Mm.
services in this target system
Mm.
advertising.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
so Facebook is free, but is paid with our data,
Mm.
and this is an important point learned in my PhD research because it allows me to and enables me to understand how this system works and why
Mm.
the Facebook services are
Mm.
free.
Mm. Mm.
So, the good point of the system that the products and services could be kind with the people needs and people interest.
Mm.
But the less better point and bad point that when we are working with the algorithmic advertising system,
Mm.
uh, we have the risk to reproduce
Mm.
stereotypes, to
Mm.
conserve normative standards.
Mm.
For example, if girls are interested by like makeup, clothes, all the advertising topic, it will be about
Mm.
clothes and
Yes.
makeup,
Yeah.
okay? And if boys are interested by cars, by career, by trips, or
Mm.
the advertising
Mm.
uh, target will be about this topic.
Yeah.
And this is the risk with this algorithmic advertising system.
Mm. So I guess this targeted type of advertising works. That's why they're doing it.
Yes, so this target will should be like in a relationship with our interested,
Mm.
but don't suggest as like a new possibilities
mm,
or to change our interest. It
mm,
will be like similar to our interests, and
mm.
this is the danger because
Yeah.
as I told you, if girls
Mm,
are interested on
mm,
some topic,
mm.
the advertising will be about this topic and
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
suggest like other kind of
Yeah.
topic and change the interest or the perception
Mm,
of the person of
yeah.
the people.
Yeah. Yeah. Rania, you looked in how digital discourse and design affect digital communication. Can you share what you learned?
uh, so when I begin my my research work, it's like a trip, okay?
Yeah.
We explore, we discover
Yeah.
new universe, and in conclusion, it is a contradiction between the discourse of Facebook about ADI identity and its performance of this ADI. So Facebook, when the project was created, um, the discourse was that it's a platform for all the people in the world, and as the slogan of McDonald's, "Come as you are." Okay,
Mm,
you are welcome. All people can be on Facebook.
mm,
Okay,
mm,
and when they decide to change or to be inclusive in terms
mm,
of gender identities,
mm,
because Facebook was criticized about the perf- his performance of gender identity. In the beginning, it was a binary identity, and
mm,
Facebook was criticized
mm,
about this normative model
mm,
and normative identity, and Facebook decided to be more inclusive and open a new possibilities
mm,
of gender identities and the diversity of
mm,
gender identities.
mm,
But when we look to
mm,
here to
mm,
its advertising
mm,
system,
mm,
we will constate that the binary model is
mm,
here and
mm,
doesn't change.
mm,
Okay, and the choice to be inclusive
mm,
is it's more like a social washing and an ADI washing,
mm,
because society and
mm,
people request this inclusivity and request the diversity and request the AGI politics, okay? And Facebook to be like social responsible and to restore its image and to have a good reputation,
mm.
it did this choice, okay?
Okay.
And it isn't for like because Facebook believes really in the inclusivity, okay,
Mm,
and
mm,
diversity,
mm,
but Facebook like
mm,
to seems like politically
mm,
correct
mm,
in relationship with AGI.
mm. Right. Rania, you also looked into gender identity and the EDI, which stands for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion performance. What did you find?
Um, so it's another discovery because when I studied the gender identity performed by Facebook, um, I learned that technologies not necessarily like beliefs on diversity, beliefs on the AGI politics, okay?
Mm,
And in like to continue my my research, I can say that the metaverse it will be also problematic about the AGI politics and the AGI performance because
mm,
so in on the first time we should make distinction between the metaverses and the metaverse of Facebook company Meta. Okay,
mm,
so the metaverses where exist before the metaverse of Meta, okay? In
mm,
the video games world, like Second Life universe, or in science fiction literature and movies, the metaverses, the different kind of metaverses exist. Okay,
mm,
so what the difference with the metaverse of Meta? The difference that the metaverse of Meta will transform the actual social media network like
mm,
Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp on an immersive universe. And people will have like a parallel real life in this universe.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
So it will be like our everyday life. Okay. And the performing of identity is not will be only by click when we
mm,
click like or do activities or share posts or express our opinion, but
mm,
it will include all the uh, cognitive aspects. And when we talk about cognitive aspect, we talk about our emotions, our face expression, our movement. And if the metaverse of Meta will not be open to
mm,
diversity of profiles,
mm,
because the devices to allow the immersion are expensive or because they aren't suitable to people with disability or is not designed for women, for example, for example, as the space uniforms. Okay, the AD risk don't be well performed
mm,
because we will exclude like some profile from this new universe.
mm,
It's the most dangerous point when I began studying the metaverse.
mm,
Okay,
mm,
and this company or this technological company, they will have the control, and we can't do like a big changes if they continue to have the control.
What is next for you, Rania?
Oh, it's one of my best questions. So now I'm looking for a permanent faculty position, and I'm already working on different research projects or post PhD research projects, and I had some meetings with professors and company because I'm looking for partnership to work on the research project about the algorithmic advertising system in relationship with emerging technologies like generative artificial intelligence, but predictive artificial intelligence too, like virtual reality, augmented reality, NFTs, metaverse, but the most important aim for me is to have a permanent job position because it will help me to get grant and to develop a partnership and to work on my research projects.
Thank you for your time, Rania, and I wish you all the best on your PhD defense and your future endeavors.
Thank you.